Hello, all. Happy. What are we saying now? Happy postseason to all the Phillies
Happy
fans out
postseason.
there.
Yes.
Yes, welcome back to Birds of a Feather, the Coed edition, of course. Welcome back with your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess. I'm in my living room today. Didn't feel like going upstairs. What up, Eddie B?
What's going on, AJ? How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. There's a lot going on in a short amount of time, and I know I don't want you to burn your food, so we're gonna make this quick. Um,
Yeah.
First of all, let's say happy postseason because our guys did what they had to do quickly, didn't they? For the
Oh,
Marlins, go down with the
yes, they
Marlins.
did. They left no doubt either. It was up seven, just missed a shutout. Yeah.
Yep,
So that
just
was
in that ninth inning, but whatever. That was just the little drama that we needed because
yeah,
nobody
yeah,
thought that was going to happen.
that was like a trash time touchdown. There you go.
Garbage
I
time,
mean,
exactly. Yes. So
and,
I need you to give props to your boy because I even called into 97.5 and said I was one of the people who never had any faith in Nola and he had done shut me up. So go
mm,
ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead, Globe.
Nola did his thing. He did
Yes,
his
he did.
thing. I was like, they said he changed his delivery a little bit. And I was
Look,
like, wow, if it's work, he was his pitches were on.
he was
And
sharp. He was
he has
sharp.
some extra giddy up too. He used to have some fast ones too. I was like, oh,
Now I usually watch pitch to pitch, but last night I can't lie to you. There I told you I'm in the process of getting purchasing a vehicle, so it's like I was kind of watching my phone, trying to making sure I wasn't missing texts from the finance manager guy. And long story short, as I'm watching it, I'm turning and
uh,
I saw JT's home run. That's what got me happy because JT has
yeah,
been so spotty this year. So for him to pop it off,
oh
you know,
yeah,
that was one of the best ones. But you're right. I'm gonna give props to Nola. I called in today and I told because that was a question today on 97.5 was, for those who have hated Nola, now what you got to say, why do you hate Nola? I'm like, I never hated him. I couldn't stand the inconsistency at
he's
times that
very
they
inconsistent. Yes, very,
yes. But
very.
knowing that he's admitted that he is, which shows self-awareness, which is what I was trying to say today. But I
Mm.
told Tyrone, I said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be one of these people like, oh, I knew he had it all the time. No, I'm consistent with my objective hate. Okay. But knowing,
Yeah.
congratulations to him, he's a new daddy. So maybe he's
Oh
super
yeah, yeah.
focused.
Which
Yeah.
is cool.
It's very, very
Yeah, which is
cool.
awesome. I'm happy for him. And hey man, if he can keep this up,
Yes.
w- we got a shot. One and two guys are pitching like this. I mean, Wheeler was dealing in the first game, and and
Yes.
how about that young kid that they
Uh
bought up from Triple A?
I know who you're talking about, but I lost back there. One of the names
Yeah,
is escaping me.
yeah. I mean, he came in. He's throwing he's got this nasty sweeping slider, and he's
Is
got
he
a
kind of like the tall, like one that looks like I want to say what is his last name? I don't even know. I'm so sorry, but I
gives
know
with
who
a
you're talking about.
K, I think, or something.
Oh, Orion. Okay, I know that kid. Orion is the kid where his
Or
parents was
N. I think this kid is like, and his dad's a Marine or something, and he
that's Orion. That's Orion Kirkering. That's his name.
yeah,
Yes.
Corcoran. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew by Orion because I instantly thought of the Prince song from the Batman soundtrack, "The Arms of
and that
Orion."
fastball was good. I mean, yeah, his
That's
fastball was
exactly what I
working good.
thought of was music.
And one thing I like
Yeah,
about this, a lot of guys don't know him because they haven't seen him that much, so that's a plus.
exactly.
You know, and Soto, what somebody with Soto give somebody Soto get a shot or something?
I about to
Was
say, I said the same thing until he had that one hit. I got nervous because I said, "Oh shit, it's disappearing."
yeah, but
But he was fine.
he was throwing his slider at 100 miles an hour, and then he threw his fastball at 100. Then he got the guy full, threw one at like 80, 85. I'm like, oh man, he's got his he's got his control on tonight. His command
Well, I'm
is
telling
there.
you,
Yeah,
Ricky Bottalico said the regular season means nothing now because you see
remember
everybody
how
probably feels even more pressed.
remember how he started? Soto was
Yeah,
horrible. I
horrible.
think
That's why I said when he was in there, I got nervous. I was like, did they want to do
I think
this?
after he cut his hair, he was fine.
As opposed to
Yeah,
the biblical story where you lose your power when you cut your hair, it helped
yeah,
him.
he wasn't Samson. It was the opposite.
He wasn't Samson, but also shout out to my co-ed Eddie. As you can see, he's all svelte. He's been going through a change since he was down for a couple weeks. He looks great, doesn't he? Look great. Cue in the applause. I'd normally be like,
Yeah.
yay!
Thank you,
Sometimes you have
thank
to
you,
go through hell to get out the other end. So congratulations to you, Ed. I'm glad you're looking healthy,
thank you,
looking
thank
like
you.
you look like you're loving yourself even more than you did before. You
Yeah,
look
everything's
lovely.
going good right now. Work's going
Good,
really good. New promotion's great.
good.
But yeah, so everything's good.
All right.
Life
Well,
is
my
life,
prayer
life is
works.
good.
So yes,
I
prayer
appreciate that.
works to all y'all who don't care. Prayers do work. Anyway, moving
Yes, they
on.
do. Yes, they
This
do.
will be exciting for a 2-game sweep because this is big because back to back, like you said, Wheeler we don't talk about because we expect it from Wheeler. And I think that's why people keep saying Wheeler doesn't get a lot of it's because you know he's a pro, he's been consistent, maybe
Hmm.
one or two, maybe a handful if that of bad showings. But as a pitcher, you can't say shit about Wheeler. Wheeler is
No.
always hundreds. So that's why we don't complain about him because there's nothing to complain about. It just when it gets a little down in the roster that we get a little nervous because some days
Well, you
guys
know
are
what?
tired.
This team is way more talented than the one that went to the World Series last year.
I definitely agree.
And you know, we got better pitching this year. Remember, we haven't. What team has bullpen games for playoff games? Like
Right.
it's
Those are
crazy.
painful to watch
You
too.
mean you mean to
Hmm.
tell me you couldn't draw up a fourth starter or a fourth starter to play?
It was
Poor
painful.
Ranger, they was making them start and then pulling them out the bullpen too. Like,
That's why
but I
Ranger
like
got tired.
but I like Ranger out of the bullpen too because he's I mean that man has ice in his veins. I love it.
Yeah, he does.
You know,
He does.
he don't let anything right. He can give up 4 hits and then be like, all right, and then the rest of the game.
Well, honestly, if you caught the celebrations after the game last night, Ranger was in his own world. I think he was doing his own little dance. I'm telling you, if that dude is as chill as he was drunk, then imagine him starting this weekend for this Brave series. I don't know how they're working the roster yet because I know the rumor is they think that he might start. It may not work that way, or it could be Wheeler.
Maybe
I
he'll
don't
go
know.
game. Oh well, you got to think Shannon Walker is going to be your third guy. Walker's going to be a third
Yeah.
guy,
Okay.
and
Which is fine.
and I mean, which because I mean he was the better out of the two. So and
Mm-hmm.
Ranger will be the fourth. I mean starter
Fine.
if need
Which,
be when need be. Or they
yeah.
may just pull him out the bullpen because you know usually you only really need 3 to 4 starters for the postseason.
Yeah, if one of the main guys gets a little fatigued, then you can throw them in for like the 6th to the 8th inning or
Yeah,
whatever, which is a
yeah, you
great
may.
problem to have now.
Yeah, I mean, and you got guys that are stretched out enough that can pitch that longer. If they need to pitch a longer section, they can.
Yep.
And that's what you can use Ranger for if you really need to,
Yeah, and this
as middle relief if need be.
so I agree with you. We definitely have more talent compared to last year, and let's just give it up to the fact that people like Rojas are now on the roster. Pache got these
Glad
young
Pache's back.
fire cannons.
I love the outfield
Yeah,
right now. Well,
yeah.
I used to hate
Rojas is
the
no fear.
outfield, but
Me too. Me
I love
too.
not having Schwarber, and I love Schwarber, but I love not having him in the outfield.
Yeah,
Right.
we love Schwarber just hitting the big hits and running around the bases like Ted the Bear. I'm
Yep.
fine with that. Fine with that. He doesn't have to overdo
I
himself.
can't unsee that now. After seeing that the
No,
first
it's
time,
hard not to.
I hear that thing in my head like here I come motherfuckers.
Yes.
Every time I see him running, that's what I hear in the head. And I start laughing.
Every time
So
I saw the clip on TikTok and I sent it to you, and then I saw somebody, Pat Gallen from Channel 3 was saying, he was like, ever since someone showed me that clip of Ted running the bases and comparing it to Schwarber, I cannot unsee it. So it's because,
yep,
Schwarber does what he can. When he does, he be hustling, but
yeah,
his legs are like this long. So,
I know. I mean, and he's
but
a big man too. So
big man too. And shout out to Bryce for not giving a fuck what the third baseman said the first game. That's the first time I feel like someone should put an audio to that clip and just go around. They say, "Stop, stop." He goes, "I don't give a fuck." That's how I thought about it in my head. Bryce was like, "I see nothing. I see nothing but home
hey,
base. Get away
look,
from me."
if any player in the league is not truly a Philly player, it's Bryce Harper. I mean,
That dude,
because he gives zero fucks when it comes to like getting down
zero
about
fucks.
anything.
I'm telling you, if he does it again this next series, you just better let him go. Dusty better just stand there and be like, "All right, fuck it, just go ahead."
I mean,
Like I'm not
I
even
love
gonna
the fact
stop.
that he wears whatever he wants. He wears like you see him. He had Eagle socks on in one game. I was like, hey,
Call him pander or not, this homie understood it from day one when he was signed here. He said,
he knew the
I am
assignment.
totally absorbing all of it." You
He
know what I
knew the
mean?
assignment.
And pandering only works for people who actually mean it. It doesn't mean it when you're just forcing it. He's the type of guy that has
Yeah,
been wearing that. Who would wear those fanatic cleats every other game unless you love this city? Like nobody
yeah,
would.
right.
It's not even cute after a while. You'll just be like, really? But that's how he is, and we love it. So
Hey, yeah.
and at the end of the day, we're gonna wrap this talk up because we already know they're going to Atlanta this Saturday. They just released, I think it's gonna be a 6 o'clock, 6 evening game, so that's good. So it's not gonna be late.
Yeah.
But let's just give shout out to Bryson Stott because a grand slam, homie. that got me off the couch. I couldn't believe he hit that. You know,
Yeah,
I in my head I thought it was a two. I wasn't paying attention to how many people were on base at the time because once again my attention was elsewhere for a moment. But when I saw that the graphic said grand slam, I was like, "What?" I
yeah.
stood up. And my mom was
I
upstairs
was,
asleep, going like, I was like, "Sorry."
me and Pete were at a bar and we went nuts. The whole place went
I'm
nuts.
sure
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of
that's
people there, but
exciting.
the whole place erupted though. Like,
That's exciting. That's one of those moments that you didn't see that coming at all. Like, you know, he
oh
hits
yeah.
them hard. If he hadn't hit anything most of the night, for that to be the big impression, I mean, hands
I mean,
down,
right
amazing.
off the bat, you heard it. Like even that
Yeah,
Bermuda one. I mean, as soon as he hit it, you knew that was gone.
yeah.
Like
Because
gone.
you know the
Like
way he pops it when he's in line. Because for some reason all year he has struggled with trying to get connection with that ball, and for some reason when he does do it, it's almost like his body just reacts. Like he's just
and
like, whoop,
that sound
that
off the bat,
sound
it
is
was like
crisp,
just but
totally crisp.
gone.
Yep. You know, and he just knows. And the thing we have to give respect to Reese Hoskins because the fact that he's even trying to even come back and them willing to put him in like a mini like training camp while he could possibly may or may not be a
Yeah,
DH. You never know. But the fact that he even kind of got a shout out without even trying to be a shout out because Bryson said he blacked out when he hit because he threw the
oh yeah,
bat, didn't think about Reese, but he said he had talked to him earlier in the day, but he said he threw the bat without realizing it. But we kind
yeah.
of feel like that's a kind of a shout out to Reese without it being a shout
Oh
out
yeah,
because
because
Reese was the one
even
who did that to the
yeah, because
Braves last year.
even the commentators said it too. They were like, "Yeah, he spiked the
Yes,
bat like Reese." I was like, "Yo,
just like Reese. And he waited
yeah,
because you could tell when they're all waiting before they want to celebrate because they were like, how far did it go? Okay. And then, so
yeah,
that made it even sweeter. But it's a blessing because that's one of those things, no matter how many times I've seen clips today all over TikTok and all over ESPN, when you see
yeah,
it without the commentators is the best way to watch it if you haven't seen it. Watch it without commentation, just commentators with just the music in the background, that he walks up to, and then just ape shit. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just the craziest
yeah."
moment. And shout out to all those who did go to that game because that game I'm sure will definitely be almost
Uh,
almost World Series like, you
my
know.
friend Kathy was there and sent me a video. It was insane. It was crazy. I was like,
Didn't look like an empty seat in the house. It was definitely
"Nah, it's
Red
sold out
October.
crowd. Sold out
Red
crowd."
October.
Like,
So, all right. So, God bless the Phillies. We're definitely going to have you in mind this weekend. We're also going to have in mind our 4-0 Eagles, regardless
yeah,
of how it looks right now. They're going to LA. And this is not, to me, going to be one of those games that is going to seem like a drop in the bucket. And for all of us who are skeptical, like myself, about how the offense hasn't been clicking totally yet, I don't feel like they're in their zone yet, even though we know AJ and Smitty out there will be a beast no matter what.
mm,
You know me, I want my Goddard to get more touches. So hopefully this is his game because it seems like the tight end is favored a lot for this game.
yeah. I think
So
they'll be okay. I
hopefully he
think
gets
they'll
more
be fine for
touches.
this game. I think it is the game where we'll see the perfect weather out. I mean, they're in LA. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
perfect weather. You don't have to worry
Like,
about
yeah.
anything. Like, I think this will be a game. This will be a true test for them to knock out some of that, get their all that rust completely out, and just play. And the defense,
Yeah, because now
defense
Fletcher
should
Cox is going to be out.
defensive line should eat them, and they got some injuries
Yeah,
on that O line too.
yeah. Yeah,
So
because we're
we'll
going to be
see.
down Cam Jurgens. We're going to be down Fletcher Cox because they said he's getting an epidural for his back, so he must be having spasms or maybe
Yeah,
a
I mean the man is getting up there. He's been
yeah.
playing a lot, so
He's 31, and you have to consider how long these dudes have to be bending over for every damn slap.
and
Like, at some point,
pushing
your back's going to hurt.
you're pushing 400, 300 to 400 pound men around all
Right.
day long. And
Every year, and they're even if they're losing weight, you still have years of putting that pressure on your lower back all the
yeah,
time. So,
yep,
and the way Fletch gets up, and then he does the army crawl. You see why he can't wait to be on the ground by the time he's done
yeah,
because he's probably like, my back is killing me. I just want to lay down.
yeah. But
But yeah,
I
so
think they'll be okay. I think it's gonna be. Well, they got to come out swinging though. I don't want them to do this.
I hope so.
Taking forever to get started. Like come out swinging. I mean, they came out swinging against Washington, but they got to keep their foot. They can't. Stafford's a great quarterback. You got to put your foot on his neck. Like,
Because even Stafford with a bad hip is still his accuracy is still very
oh yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah.
I pray for our new corner Roby that just came on, so I'm
I,
praying that some of these
I
guys.
like them. I actually like that move. I think that's a good move to get Roby's a solid nickel corner,
And the
a
fact that he's
nickel corner.
experienced
Yeah,
is helpful. especially
Yeah,
because we know Avante is going to be gone for another month. We have to understand too the reality that experienced nickels is what they need right now because, like I told you, I want them to bring back even Crevon LeBlanc, but nobody seems to be looking his way anymore, which is a shame because he's
yeah,
out there. But I understand that it's also a test of the coordinators because this seems to be a flip flop every week with the coordinators getting on the same page, play by play, half by half. So
yeah.
I
No,
don't expect Zai to be suffering, but I
yeah,
expect Johnson to still be tested just a little bit.
and can decide. Can we not play the soft fucking zone?
Please,
I'm
just
so sick of the
come
soft zone.
on.
Please,
Come on. 10 yards
like,
off the ball all the time. Stop making Slay look bad.
well, when Slay and you saw when Slay played man to man, the coverage was better.
Right. It's
Like
not his thing.
let Slay play, let the corners play man to man, and let the safeties help over the top or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
put Bradbury where he belongs because Bradbury was lost too last week.
yeah,
So we need
I
to
mean,
let the guys be comfortable.
Hopefully Roby's ready to go.
Look, I'm ready for because honestly, even if we have our fan base fly there, we know Cali is so jaded that they won't be loud. So we're gonna need
Oh, we'll
our
take over
Philadelphia
that.
fans
We
to
always take
represent.
over that Rams Stadium when we
We
go
did
there.
obviously when we were the last time when
Yeah,
Carson was a quarterback, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
all the more reason for us to be more loud is because they're gonna need encouragement out there because they're
yeah,
some of these dudes are in different packages that they're not used to. Some guys, obviously, like Roby, just got on the team this week, so you have to consider there's going to be a learning curve for the first quarter, as it always is.
yeah. But Roby's
Um,
a vet. We got all these young guys. Roby's a vet. We'll be okay.
yeah, so I say honestly, I expect at least over 30-point um, score for the Eagles.
Yeah,
Um, I honestly don't see a low scoring game with this because I feel like there's so many ways that they can attack. And now, obviously, with I want to say Deshaun so bad, DeAndre starting to obviously get more and more comfortable. I
yeah,
just need them to figure out when they want to put in KG because it seems like they don't know when to use KG. And that makes me nervous because he obviously isn't a threat up the middle. They need to figure out how else to use him
yeah,
because, and Jalen has to obviously be more consistent on his end too because sometimes he just be only seeing AJ and Smitty, and then when he does, sometimes he throws to Goddard late. Like they got to get on the same page.
yeah. And I think this is
So
gonna be a game. I think we're gonna right some wrongs in this game. So
I hope so, because after that, it's what the Jets and the Jets. I'm not expecting nothing but concentration because that should be a wash that game because Jets have like lost all their spine, unfortunately, poor things. But
yeah, so I feel bad for Jets fans.
I do, and I feel bad for the quarterback because honestly, you know what I mean? Like you have to understand why important it is to develop a quarterback, no matter how. Like, and I feel bad
Hmm.
watching this stupid game tonight because poor Justin Fields. If the Commanders don't win this game tonight, I'd be really embarrassed for them to lose to the Bears at this point in the game. Like, we don't want our division person to win, but I'm just saying it's the Bears. Like, they're not
Yeah,
good. Y'all should take advantage of everything you didn't do with us because y'all put the Eagles in overtime, so y'all should beat the pants off the Bears.
yeah, but you know
If
what? Division, how division games. Washington always plays us hard, no matter who's back there.
they really
So
do. But that time, we shouldn't have been, me, I told you I was mad we were in overtime. We shouldn't even been in overtime. That was
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
But whatever. Mistakes
I didn't
happen.
like.
We won.
Yeah, yep.
But anyway, all right. So I'm excited. We're gonna be pretty much straddling between green and red for the rest of this week. It's
Yep.
very exciting to have our and also shout out to MB because he decided he's going to play for USA for the Olympics next year in Paris, which is great because he
Oh,
could have played for France, he could have played for Cameroon, but he chose to
yeah.
be USA. He said his son was born in the United States. He's been a U.S. citizen for a
So
long,
look at that. Look at
which
that.
makes sense. He's rightfully being a true dad. So I love that for him. And
Mhm.
Harden has shown up and hasn't been too much drama yet, but I don't really freaking
Can we
care.
not talk? Can we talk about him
I
later? I
know
want
we
to talk
don't.
about
We're
him
gonna
today.
ignore him, but I don't. I think the difference between this and the Simmons drama is the difference with Harden knowing that he doesn't have the upper hand like he thought he did.
He has
So
zero leverage. So kick rocks. Get
zero
the fuck out of
leverage.
here.
And shout out to Jimmy Butler for making media day fun because him looking like
Coming looking like
back in the
Andre three
80s.
thousand.
That and also the guy that we don't have to take our clothes off. That's
Yo! I
exactly
saw
who I
that
thought of
video.
when
I
I
was
saw him.
crying.
Yo, Bam standing next to him was so uncomfortable. He was like, "Yo, it's the lip piercings that are annoying to me."
It's like all the names people putting on the internet calling
He
Jimmy.
was the best.
He's like Fall Out
Ball
Jimmy.
Out Boy is my favorite. Ball Out Boy is definitely his nickname for the season. But I like it
Yeah.
because basically Jimmy's like, I hate this whole process. You know, while I'm mad, Dame's over
Well,
there in Milwaukee. So
One
he's
comedian
pissed. So
said he's like he gonna sweat out his edges on during the games. I'm like, yo,
oh, all of us black women on Twitter were like, all he had to do was bump the edges. God, Negro, you can't even do it right. We were
was
like,
it one
we hated
Sherry?
it.
Was it? I think Sherry, the girl who had the comedian who has a talk show. She's
Yes.
like Jimmy gonna sweat out his edges. He gonna be have to pull his hair away from his head when he shoots 3-pointers. I'm
I mean, and the fact that he got on the stage and tried to do the whole like sweep, and then he
yeah,
was trying to be like, and then he's
yeah.
like, I'm channeling my emo. I'm channeling my emo.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
dying because Bam was so annoyed. You could tell he was like, "What the freak is wrong with you?" I'm like,
Mhm.
y'all should be used to Jimmy. He has been in this league so long that he
I
knows he
love
does
Jimmy. I
not
love
lose
Jimmy though.
anything.
This
He
is the,
takes a piss out of
he's
everything, you know?
unapologetically who he is, and that's great. Like just
Unapologetic, and we love it. But now, like he said, he's at war with everybody because he was hoping that was going Dame was coming to him, which I thought so too. You know, we'll see what
mhm.
happens. But anyway, the NBA continues.
Tell
Thanks
Jimmy
for
to jump.
joining.
Tell Jimmy to jump ship and come back to Philly.
No, honestly, because I told you even at the end of the Sixers season, I really thought Embiid was going to be like done, like just go to Miami, fuck it, and my last 2 years of Miami because that's
I
who I
would
really
love to
like.
see an Embiid and Jimmy Buckets reunion, but it's not gonna happen. But
It's not. It's not. I mean, honestly, if contracts weren't such a thing, it probably could happen. But then everybody be a super team, and there wouldn't be no competition. So
that is true.
whatever, you know. Anyway, but all right, Ed. Good talking to you for this
I
brief
thought you
time.
too.
I'm probably gonna get my sleep back from this boring ass TNF, but I got some money on it, so I'm just gonna watch it for the hell of it.
Yeah, we'll
And
talk. We'll talk. We'll
join.
talk this weekend. Yeah.
We'll talk again because birds of a feather. We don't stop because we ready for the second round because NLDS bitches.
You say let's
Um,
fucking go.
Go Red October. All right, thanks for joining, y'all, and we will talk to you later. I'm going to do this the right way. Shout out to all of us fans. We'll talk to y'all later. AJ out, Eddie
And
out.
we
Peace
gone.
out. We gone. Bye.